Feels good to be back in NYC. Feels like home.
What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Complex. We're in New York City at Flight Club with the star of Powerbook 4 Force, Joseph Sikora. How you doing?
Hey.
Gonna do some sneaker shopping today. Gonna see what he's feeling, what he's not, and then hopefully he's gonna buy some sneakers.
Oh yeah, I'm buying sneakers.
Let's go. Joseph, I'd like to start all the way back. You have a very distinct story of mom driving from Chicago to Wisconsin for the outlets.
The Nike outlets, that's true. So we grew up on the northwest side of Chicago, and we would drive from the city all the way to Kenosha to the outlets and get the shoes. But we've sought out specifically the shoes with the
B grades.
B grades for blemish.
Yes, it was a very big thing at the outlets. It was like something was a little off. You know, this tag may have been leaning to the left or leaning to the right, but they were cheaper even at the outlets. So you were hit with like the double whammy of cheap shoes going to the outlet, but then even the B grades at the outlet.
And what I remember too is like even when the Jordans came out, it was like $100 for gym shoes. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But at the outlet, it would be the same shoe with a B grade, and it would be $29.99.
Yes. And then another thing about the outlets is there was kind of like a hack where if you popped the air bubble or something went wrong, you could go back to the outlet and they would send them to Nike. Did that
Actually,
you ever do that?
You sent them to Nike.
Yes.
The
Okay.
outlet, I don't think you've even had to go back to the outlet. So my mom would like write a letter like, oh, the gym shoe is sliding on the floor when my kids are playing basketball. And we send it to Nike, and God bless Nike.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nike. But they would send you a new pair of shoes.
You were really working the system, I feel like.
I don't know if we were working the system or if we were just saying, hey, thanks for being an upstanding company.
Growing up in Chicago, peak Jordan era.
Yes.
What do you remember about like when these hit or the Chicago's hit?
It was crazy. You know, one thing that strikes me all the time is how expensive the shoes were, how people were getting shoes stolen from them, taking the buses or
Did you experience it, like seeing
Okay. I didn't like rock brand new sneakers all the time or anything like that. Also, what really this reminds me of at first sight is gang affiliations in Chicago. So much the red and the blue. I mean, we think of that in Los Angeles, but in Chicago it was the same gangs associated with that. So that was a big thing too. So you didn't want to always get caught up in that, and people would assume this about you. And the big thing in Chicago is people would say to somebody else, "What you be about?" So if you see somebody be like, "Oh man, you rocking the black and blues, what you be about?"
Yes.
And you'd be like, "I'm neutron, man. I'm just trying to get to the."
You live more here, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I live in shades of gray.
Yes, right. But something that maybe no other guest on the show has. Have you been in a commercial with Michael Jordan?
I have been in a commercial, only one.
Okay,
but I have
one
been
is
in one
enough
commercial.
with the GOAT.
True, a McDonald's commercial.
Okay.
Which they shot at the McDonald's on maybe Montrose. Anyway, my brother ended up working at that McDonald's. My brother can hoop too.
Okay.
Alvin can hoop. But we filmed that commercial, and I think it was 1989, and it was McDonald's commercial, and I had beautiful blonde hair back then. And oh gosh, but it was crazy meeting him. Jordan just seemed like this cartoon, so long, and it was mind-boggling because it was Jordan, but it was '89, so it was Jordan, but it wasn't like Jordan. Yeah. So I got to say hello, and then here's a funny little addendum to that story. Was that years and years later, I was working security for my friend Billy Deck at a club in Chicago called Le Passage. And I was assigned to like VIP guys just to make sure that they didn't get bothered. So I was assigned to Jordan, and I was so bad at my job because I was like, all these girls wanted to say what's up to Jordan. I was just like, these beautiful women, they want to say, like, yeah, go ahead, go say hi to Mike. And he was just like, yo, man, you were terrible at your job. And he was right.
Did you say I'm from the commercial though? Do you remember?
I did not do that. I should have done that because he may have remembered. It was so long ago. But he may, who knows?
We speak about Jordan, but what do you remember about the Tommy 4s?
Yo, the Tommy 4. So that's on the side. So Richie Rich made those. Richie Rich out of Philly.
Okay.
You probably know
Garrickson Studio, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
And so he made those, and there's a J and the S on it, and it's like one of the most comfortable shoes. So that shoe I bought on discount at the Zaire, I think is when it came out.
Okay.
And it was a great shoe because we were all skateboarding at the time and, playing basketball and stuff. And it was when you owned one pair of gym shoes.
Yeah.
They were multi-purpose. You could skateboard in them, you could play ball.
And then it was a custom though. He made them like
he made them.
Okay, but it was the 4 was the model.
It was the 4 was the model, and then he built them from the ground up, but with some padding.
It's funny you say that you were skating in Jordan 4s back then.
Yeah.
Because in 2023, they made a Jordan 4 into a skateboard shoe.
Oh, shit.
So they basically took like SB technology, and you were skating in the regular ones.
Yes.
Maybe they...
See, I was ahead of my time.
Hold on, maybe they were clocking you and your brother?
That's right, they were clocking Albin.
But this was the 2023 Sneaker of the Year because it's a classic model with skateboard technology. So they beefed up the tongue and like the quality, but
it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's actually true. It makes sense in the day. So that works, but that works better.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then another thing, getting off Jordans, I feel like you're a big Stan Smith guy too. Like
I do. I love
classics,
Stan Smith.
You know, casual Stan Smith.
Casual Stan Smith. I mean, I wasn't playing tennis in them.
Okay.
Again, that's more of Albin's thing. He can play tennis. But I love a classic sneaker. Nice flat bottom. You know, for a guy that's in the under 6 foot club, you don't always want to rock the flat bottom.
Okay,
but,
I feel like it's. I stand 5'11" and a half.
5'10" and change.
Okay. Okay.
If I'm being honest.
I mean, you look all right.
But yeah, exactly. I stand tall. Tommy, let's get it straight. Tommy is 6'2".
Okay, exactly. And then what I like is there's a thing in sneaker culture that kind of complex made called the tongue fuck. And it's when you rock the tongues out.
Oh yeah.
So you're a big tongue.
You gotta rock out there. You gotta rock that fucking tongue.
Exactly.
Yeah, listen, I know I'm choking these Louis a little bit,
okay,
but it's all right. It kind of goes with the
whole leather.
Exactly.
We're at a very specific case as it relates to power. Do you remember the scene? Ghost and Angela are in Flight Club, and Ghost is buying shoes for Tariq. It was literally right here. Do you remember that scene?
I do, because we're only blocks away from when Kanan was with Tariq, and they stole the sneakers.
Yes.
So it's kind of like it's a meeting of the minds in different worlds.
Have you ever shopped here before? And do you remember like that day, even though you weren't in the scene, where they were filming here?
It's season 5, and they were shopping in here. I couldn't believe that they were still together. In fact, I was so incensed as Tommy that I ended up having to kill her. You know.
Was it over the bad?
It was over the bad shoe decisions.
Exactly.
I was like, I can't stand. I'm like you. I can't stand bad shoe decisions.
That's it. You know.
That's it. And you got to go.
And talking about 50, I know that it's you and Eminem as his favorite white boys. He always says.
Right. That's right.
What a stamp. So just so you know,
I'm the second favorite white boy.
Pretty good.
That's not bad. I'll take the silver
against Eminem. Exactly. But 50, we filmed him here for this show, and it was my favorite episode because 50 was my first artist that I was following every single move and had the mixtapes. But I want to talk about a specific shoe. Do you remember? So these are out of my personal collection, 2003 G-Unit sneakers, and they're signed by 50 in the whole G-Unit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. Yo, and Fifth's signature has changed over the years.
Has it?
Yeah. So like now it's just more like kick.
He's done with it.
He's like no. He's on. It's just more. It's even if you can believe it, it's even more vicious.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a dope sneaker, man. When Fifth came out originally, I have to say that it was one of the few new rappers where I was like, yo, it's undeniable because there was that melody. Fifth is so musical.
Melodic,
it's so melodic in his music. I will also say that Curtis 50 Cent Jackson is the best boss I've ever had in my life.
Really?
When I first met him, he gave me a hug.
Okay.
And he was just like, yo, man, we're so lucky to have you. This is before the whole power thing started.
Wow.
He's also a soothsayer because I asked him how many seasons the power show is going to, I said, how many seasons is this going to go? And he goes, 7. And we went 6.5.
Okay.
So I'll take that percentage.
He saw it. So wait, so you worked with MJ and 50. Is 50 a better boss than MJ, you would say, on set?
I would say 50 is probably a better boss than MJ, period.
Okay.
But like MJ is the greatest of all time.
And I would argue 50. 50's a GOAT to me too.
He's a GOAT to me too.
Absolutely. Talking about the cast, who do you think has the best sneakers?
Oh, Anthony Fleming III in the Power Force.
Okay.
But out of all of the whole universe, the whole Power universe, the best sneakers are Anthony Fleming III.
Okay.
He rocks them hard, he takes it seriously. So there's many sneakerheads on the set floating around, and they all put me to shame.
Okay, well, maybe not after today though.
Let's see, because I'm gonna rock these guys right here.
You're just gonna clear out the whole case, right?
That's right.
What can we expect from Power Book 4? Force. What can we expect?
An incredible third season. It is more violent, sexier, storytelling is more complex, more twists and turns. It's gonna be on the edge of your seat for every episode. So Power Force Season 3, it's undeniably the best season of Power Force. You gotta tune in.
Awesome. Well, we talked about everything. Now's the easy part. Browse the shelves, see what you're gonna take home.
All right, let me check it out. There's a lot to choose from. Oh God, Joe, I'm gonna need a little help here.
Got you.
Hey Joseph, how you doing today?
I'm good.
What can I get for you?
You know, initially I was kind of edging towards this guy, but I think there's 4 in red.
The brick by brick?
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Good shoe, okay.
And then, let me see, I wanted to get something for my brother.
Okay.
And I was thinking about these Sambas.
Oh, nice. Those are actually the Bape Sambas. Nice.
The Bape Sambas.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
collab shoe.
little collab. Oh, and then this is for my boy Rene Castillo. This is a classic shoe for him because he's a traveling man.
Oh yeah, Asics guys.
Yeah,
Stay
he
comfy.
needs to get some miles out of there.
Okay.
And then just some stuff at the other end of the store.
Okay. And what can I get for you over here?
Well, this is for one of the biggest sneakerheads that I know. It's the guy who plays my brother, JP, on Power Force. His name is Anthony Fleming III. And he's a Bears fan, and he's a Chicagoan, and so I gotta go for the shattered backboards.
Okay.
Oh, and then you know what? I almost forgot about my wife. Can we go back to the other section? I know.
Not you forgetting about your wife.
I know. Okay, my final shoe is for my queen. I gotta get these silver-toed, what is it, say cracked metallic?
Yeah, the metallic silver Sambas?
Yeah, for my wife.
Okay, nice.
And I think that's it.
So this is all for today?
Yeah, that's all for today.
All right, I got you. Let me ring you out.
Oof. 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 At least they're gifts.
All right, cool. So your total came out to 19, 16, 14.
Okay, that ain't bad.
I got you.
I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's gifts. It's gifts. It's better. All right. That's the prize right there.
Prize, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Here we go. All right. Right back in the Mustang. All right, Coach, I'll see you later.
No problem, man.
So, Joseph came through, told some great stories, left with some good shoes.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time, man.
Appreciate you, Joe.
You know where to find the new season of PowerBook 4 Force.
That's gonna be November 7th. That's tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. Stars. Make sure you watch it.
Check
Tap
it
in.
out.
Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe. All right. Ugh, here we go.